tempted to take PEDs, I highly advise you to wait. Optimize your diet, your training, everything. Do it natural first. Get the most out of your natural training. Once you get to your natural genetic limit, as you get older, if you then decide, hey, I still want it bad enough, I still want to push the boundaries, push the envelope, only at that time should you in fact try taking PEDs.
So if your balls are not working no more, trust and believe, you're out the natural game. Just take it for what it is. It is what it is. You signed up for that shit. Once your testicles are so smoked out, once you abuse your body with man-made drugs so harshly that you can't even produce your own test, natural shouldn't even come out your mouth. Or I stopped steroids shouldn't even come out your mouth.
Yo, what's up everyone? One man in there. Just got done uploading and you take Greg Doucette video on my channel. This one right here is going to be on my fitness and main channel because it relates to fitness. And on my main channel, I like to roast Greg Doucette sometimes. So I'm going to put it on both. So here's my main channel information. Link be in the description below off my fitness channel. Here's my fitness channel. The link will be in the description below off my main channel. That way you guys can tune in to fitness only information on my fitness channel and then come over here on the main channel. If you're watching on the main channel, of course, and watch a plethora of videos of me doing what I do best. And that's normally talking shit and doing my thing. Just got done eating a good protein bar. Get my protein in. I got a 90 minute cardio session tomorrow. So I'm trying to rebuild all my muscle that I tore down from running and doing all that stuff yesterday and get ready for tomorrow. But we're going to dive into this video here. Larry Wheels just uploaded a video yesterday claiming that he's stopping steroids right now. Now, I'm also going to respond to Greg Doucette's video and Beast Mode Chris Jones video, okay? And give my 2 cents on their advice and also give my advice as well. Now, I'm a natural, gym goer. I live natural. I never had the desire to do steroids. It's no game behind it. If you ask me, the reward might be temporary. You might make millions and stuff like that, but the long-term effects ain't, in my opinion, worth the reward, right? So, Larry Wheels, if you don't know Larry Wheels, accomplished powerlifter, done broke so many records, PRs and stuff like that at a very young age. I think he said in his video he's pushing 30 or he is 30. I'm 35 going on 36. And the main thing that I noticed about his video is that he's a bit conflicted. Now, so I'm going to talk about the bad things that's about to happen with Larry and then praise the good stuff that can become of this if Larry just ride out the storm. Now, you're giving up an addiction, okay, that you've been using for years, so it's an addiction. You're going to notice a lot of changes. If you ain't already noticed the changes, you're going to notice more of those changes. Let me turn my camera around a little bit, get a little center mass here, military talk. And with all that being said, it's going to affect your mental health. Now, for someone who suffers from mental health, I have combat-related post-traumatic stress from my military time. So I have bouts of depression some days, bouts of anger some days. And we all have some form of a mental disorder, but some are worse than others. Mine is chronic, diagnosed by the government. They try to put me on a plethora of pills, but I found out that it's me. I got to do the work myself. And that's why I turn to fitness and stuff like that. And I try to pass along knowledge, especially related to mental health, because if this ain't right, you're not right. I don't care how much weight you live. I mean, steroids you take, whatever they're going to put you on to help you with your testosterone levels or any type of hormones besides testosterone that you might be lacking, you're going to have to work on this. So giving up an addiction is hard because, that's something that made you happy. It's something that you enjoy doing. Abusing PEDs, believe it or not. For me, thrill seeking, because I have post-traumatic stress, that makes me happy. But I used to thrill seek in other ways, like getting drunk and going down the drag strip racing the 5-0 back in the day when I lived in Texas, or smoking cigarettes and then fucking goddamn have my gun loaded, going out, shooting up in the air because I, needed a rush. I needed a rush. I got used to being so traumatized on the edge or being in the combat zone, always on the edge, always on alert, that I needed something to jolt that feeling. It's called thrill seeking. When you abuse steroids and you're seeking PRs, it's nothing like that rush. It's that rush is nothing to replace it. So that's why you turn to other substances. So since you're getting off of the PEDs and you're going to be depressed and you're going to have days, try not to pick up another bad habit, and that's turning to drugs to cope, abusing alcohol. I used to drink like a fish out of water. I promise you, I could drink a lot of people on the table back in the day. And I smoked a pack of cigarettes. If I didn't have Cools, I smoked Newports. If I had Newports, I smoked Winston's. So for me to come as far as I came, I had to really have a conversation with myself. And I had to really sit down and look myself in the mirror and say, Shavar, what the fuck are you going to do with yourself? You got a wife and 2 kids now. You can't keep doing all the shit that you want to do because it's not going to work out for you all the motherfucking time. And, a lot of us don't think that way. We get so self-centered. Once I got away from the bad influences in my life, when I lived in Texas and stuff like that, I had to get myself together. So that's one of the reasons why I moved from home, from Texas, and I moved out to Georgia. Me and my family started a whole life, so I had to hit the reset button. And I fell in love with fitness. I love it to death. I lost a lot of family members from mental health issues and fitness related issues, that I felt like that this was a calling for me. So you need to, well, you can take my advice. Like I say, you need to, but you should take my advice if you want to, and have that talk with yourself. Understand that you're going to have those days. Don't give in to temptation. Have that conversation with Larry that you need to have. Okay. The muscle retains a lot of information when you I think you know some of this. Yeah, your receptors and your nervous system and stuff is not gonna be in overdrive like it was. The ability to be able to stimulate a lot of power and generate power because of the boost from PEDs and stuff. Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of that. But the damage and the strength that you cause that muscle, that's going to remain intact. Over time, you can gain some of that strength back. Maybe the majority of it back. You won't be as strong as you used to be. That's something you might have to tend with. But that's not to say that you cannot lift 1,000 pounds. There are ways of doing it. Keeping your protein high. You might have to bulk up a little bit. You might have to get a little bit big. But there are ways to do it without having to turn to PEDs. It's just going to take a lot longer. It's a lot more tedious. Recovery takes longer. But you can fucking do it. Okay, never put a limit on yourself. That's something the doctor told me after I herniated my disc 2 years ago, that I would never squat over 200 pounds again, let alone deadlift over 100 pounds. Well, not only did I not just squat 300 pounds here last month for the first time in over a fucking year with ease, and not only have I not deadlifted since then over 460 fucking pounds, been a year ago since I went that high on a conventional deadlift, but I done it because I ain't let the doctor put a limit on me. He wanted me just to not to do nothing and just sit around and let the body heal, and then during that time not be motivated, not do nothing. He wanted me to turn to pain pills and shit like that. I wasn't gonna do that. So I had to do something about it, and I trained around the injury, and I just decided to start studying to become a personal trainer, and now here I am, and I'm loving it. So that's step number 1, accepting that that's the way it's going to be from here on out, and that you're doing a good thing. Now here's the thing, I heard your video. You're taking a break from using PEDs. Now there's a lot of bodybuilders that done passed on from PEDs. You're somewhat in that category, power builder, bodybuilder, power lifter. So Look at Sean Roden. Look at the Mountain Dog, okay? Look at Cedric McMillan, Rich Piana, old Dallas McCarver. All those guys died from heart issues. John Meadows, I think, actually had cancer or something. He was sick for a while, but he was on PEDs, okay? I'm saying all that to say this. Once someone gets off of a substance that they've been on and they was addicted to it, and then they have a relapse or get back on the shit, a lot of times they come back harder than last time. I'm still a pun from Greg Doucette. And then they end up in the grave or in a very bad, disabling situation. Okay? Just debilitated all over. Okay? Cedric McMillan was sick for a while. Doctor told him stop. He was so in love with bodybuilding that he ultimately cost him his fucking life. Rich Piana was doing other drugs and stuff, but it was mainly the abuse of the steroids. Okay? Like Dallas McCarver, heart attack, young guy, abuse of steroids. Sean Roden, heart attack. In his 40s, wasn't that old. Abuse of steroids. Look at Lord, well, that guy that just passed here last year. Oh Lord, his name on the tip of my tongue. I know you guys. George, the animal. Not George the animal. Still, George the bull. Pearson, I think his last name was. Look what happened to him. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. So look what happened to him. I'm thinking about George the animal still. Look what happened to him. You know, found dead in his apartment or home, wherever it was, heart attack. So you have to realize that getting off of PEDs and then getting back on it could be a jolt to the system. So my advice is stay off of it. You're going to probably have to be on hormonal replacement therapy or TRT for a while, but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to produce normal testosterone down the line, but there's a possibility that you can't. So my advice is if you're going to be on any testosterone hormone replacement therapy, stick with that. Do not get enticed about going back on PEDs. The last thing I want to happen to you is for you to become another statistic. Another person that'll die from PEDs. Because it's all so common now. It's all so fucking common. So you're doing the best thing for your health. I don't know what caused it. Maybe you had a health scare. Things could be not looking too good. You know, I know you hurt yourself real bad recently, and maybe the doctor advised you to stay out the PEDs so your body can naturally heal up. Don't know, you didn't specify. Whatever caused you to do it is a wake-up call. You're doing the right thing. So just stay focused, stay motivated. A lot of us are pulling for you. Don't get, distracted by bad influences. Okay? Don't do it. Which turns me to Greg Doucette, who you pay homage to, because he said in the video when you injured yourself and you were going to try to break that 1,000-pound deadlift next month, coming up in September, he told you to wait. Give it time, let your body heal, which was the right advice, actually. Sometimes Greg Doucette can have some good knowledge. However, okay, Greg Doucette is addicted to the needle. He likes to poke himself in the cheek every motherfucking month or every week with HRT. Greg supposedly came off HRT a while back. He didn't like the way he felt, so he got back on it. But like he tried to tell you in the video, you didn't go through the recovery process, because you stopped a couple of times. He shouldn't be giving nobody advice about trying to stay off of shit because he's currently on the shit. Been on it for a while. That's a man right there, I hate to say it, that can sell a blind fucking squirrel a nut. Okay? Just a bad pun, but you know what I mean. Okay? Until Greg stopped taking HRT and actually try to recover whatever testosterone this dead, shriveled up nutsack can probably produce, he shouldn't be trying to tell you to stick anything out. Because he contradicted himself midway through his video saying that if you want to try for the 1,000-pound deadlift down the line and you get back on the PEDs, your body gonna be like, whoa, hey, wait, what's all this? When you want something bad enough and you get back on the PEDs, you're going to push your limits. You don't want to wind up dead before you're 40. Don't listen to Greg Doucette. Now, you yourself say you're going to still attempt it, but try to attempt it without the use of performance enhancement drugs. If you can resist it, and you can. It's called willpower. Try some fucking time. It ain't hard. Greg Doucette loves steroids and inject them his motherfucking self. So of course he's gonna say some good shit, then fuck it up at the end. So my advice is don't follow Greg Doucette too much, cause Greg likes steroids. He's addicted to it. That's why he can't stop taking a shot every motherfucking week. I wouldn't want to have to put a needle in my ass cheek or in my fucking back of my thigh for forever, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Because my testosterone low and I don't feel like, if he stopped making YouTube videos all the motherfucking time, being up in front of the motherfucking camera all the motherfucking time, and constantly trying to work out 6 days a motherfucking week, and constantly trying to figure out how he gonna make ends meet and doing all the shit that he does, and he take time for himself, and you know, not trust his cookbook too much, and eating all them artificial sweetener ass shit with all that protein shit in it, or that processed protein and shit like that. If he would just take time away and just rest and focus, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. But until he does that, until he do any of that, he's gonna rely on the injection in his ass cheek or in his back of his leg, wherever the fuck he take it at, every motherfucking month. 1 second. But anyway, yeah, Greg Doucette is somebody that he likes getting stuck up in his shit. So whatever. Now, Beast Mode Jones. Chris Jones is just real. He's real. He's real. Now, he says something. If you guys don't know, him and Greg made a video about Bulking, talking about Jeff Seed, Jeff Side, what the fuck his name is. And John Bravo made a video about you, Jeff. You need to respond, man. He said he heard you was on them drugs. That's why you got so big, man. Don't try to hide now. You need to come on with it. You need to come on with it. You need to come on with it. You know, we need some content. You can come on with it. Come on with it. Anyway, Chris Jones said that bulking is necessary, whereas Greg Doucette believes bulking is not necessary. He called it main gaining. Now, I made a video on both of these channels. Excuse me. And Chris Jones isn't wrong, but he's not right. And Greg Doucette is not right, but he's not wrong. You can't main gain, but you can maintain a proper weight. Your calories fluctuate. When you want to build muscle, you have to be in some type of surplus. Some type of surplus means you're over time is bulking. As you are putting on a little bit of muscle mass, you are gaining size, therefore you are bulking. But you are doing it in a healthy way. Chris Jones believes in dirty bulking. That's his go-to, but he's disciplined enough to know how to cut those pounds off when the time is right. So bulking isn't for everyone. I don't recommend it. I recommend slow and steady is the way to go. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to build a physique, you have to be in a surplus. You want that mass, you gotta be in a surplus. So they've been going at it. Greg Doucette responded to Chris Jones' video, and Chris Jones clapped back at Greg Doucette. And then, you know, Chris Jones gave his 2 cents about Larry Wheels. And now, Chris Jones is right. Once you ingest something outside of the norm, you're not natural no more. You're not natural no more. So he said a lot of good things. He even focused a little bit on mental health. He talked about statistics, dying for no reason. He said all that, and that is true. If I would take the advice of somebody who's a bigger influencer than me, dude got a lot more subs than me, listen to Chris Jones. Listen to Chris Jones. And this ain't a black versus white thing, because I got plenty of white friends. I can prove it. I know y'all, trust me, I'm not racist. I talk to anybody outside of anybody if they're in the right. Greg Doucette's not right. He's encouraging us to take a break from PEDs, then get back on to compete. Don't do that. Because you're going to want to push your limits, Larry. You young still. You just not in your early 30s. I'm in my mid 30s, approaching 40. You're going to want to test the waters. It's like I just supercharged my car. I want more boost, so I'm going to pull it down in it. Because I want more power. I want to test the limits of that car. The right way, but I know me. I want more power. It's the same principle with steroids and stuff. You're going to want more of it. Chris Jones is right. He talked about how you grounding and your mind and all that. Those are all good traits to have. You gotta train this motherfucker like CT Fletcher says. Train your motherfucking brain. Get this right, and everything else will get in line. Focus on stress management. Those are all healthy traits to fucking have. Okay? Greg Du said talking about his supplements. Man, look. I would listen to Now Come Man who claimed you can drop 12 pounds in 1 month. That is bullshit. Talking about his subs. He lied about the testosterone. He lied about a lot of other shit. Supplement people, they need money. Supplements that work, protein, creatine, beta-alanine, if you're doing a lot of high reps, volume. I said creatine. Ashwagandha is good for stress management in small doses. And that's mainly it. No mobility's floating around out there. I know a few people that's taking it, getting good results. I got a family member that I know is taking it. Alan Roberts sucks. He's doing good. That supplement works. I'm watching the process. Caffeine is the main supplement that you need to just get active. But obese people shouldn't take it. That's another video for another day. So I would listen to the Con Man, because like I said, that motherfucker can sell a rich man fucking poor man's dirt. I'm serious. That motherfucker can talk. That motherfucker can fucking hustle. So I will listen to someone that's talking with some common sense here, Larry. Don't go back. Stay away. Stay away. Just get used to being normal, but you can still be strong. You have a testimony, young man. I'm ending on this note. You have a testimony. You done did a lot of things in life. You done impressed a lot of people with your strength and all of that. You have a huge YouTube channel. Utilize it. Help the youth. Let them know the dangers of PEDs. Don't do what Greg do. Talk about the dangers, but know every goddamn strand of fucking steroid it is, and then try to say not to use it, but he's telling you the strands of the steroids. So you can go use the fucking shit. Use your voice to do good. We need more good. Use your voice to do good. And I promise you, you'll find more success and wealth and happiness in doing that than turning back to steroids trying to break a record that could end up killing you. So that's all I have. Hope this video helps. Side with Beast Mode Jones in this one. We think kind of alike. Greg, worry about Andrew Tate busting that ass, man. Until the next video, motherfucker. It's been your boy, Sherrod Mattner, and I am out, guys. Peace out.